Imagine waking up to your city shaking beneath your feet. Buildings sway as if caught in a strong gust of wind. The ground softens, and distant waves rise ominously. For millions of Filipinos, this is not a far-fetched scenario. It is a real possibility. Scientists have long warned that the Philippines, sitting along the Pacific Ring of Fire, faces constant seismic pressure from active fault lines and offshore trenches. With over 100 earthquakes a year, the next major quake could strike with little warning. In this countdown, we explore the top 10 Philippine cities most vulnerable to earthquakes in 2026. We will examine their fault lines, soil conditions, tsunami risk, population density, and potential impacts on infrastructure in daily life. Most importantly, we will discuss how awareness, planning, and preparedness can save lives. Let's begin. City number 1, Manila. The nation's capital stands on reclaimed land and soft alluvial soils, making it highly susceptible to strong shaking. The West Valley Fault borders the eastern side, while the offshore Manila Trench can generate magnitude 8 or greater earthquakes. Historical quakes in 1645 and 1863 remind us that destruction is not hypothetical. Today, liquefaction risks reach up to 80% in districts built on marine clays and artificial fills. Tsunami modeling predicts waves up to 3 meters could hit Manila Bay, threatening ports and low-lying neighborhoods. With over 40,000 residents per square kilometer, infrastructure disruption, including power lines, water systems, and communications, could escalate quickly. Older buildings and reclaimed areas are particularly vulnerable. Residents can prepare by knowing evacuation routes, keeping a go-bag ready, and securing heavy furniture. Early warning systems, family communication plans, and structural checks are crucial. Small, practical measures can save lives when the ground begins to shake. Number 2. Quezon City. Metro Manila's largest city, Quezon City, sits along the northern stretch of the West Valley Fault. Its eastern districts rest on stable volcanic ash, but western areas contain loose fills that are prone to liquefaction. In 1990, a major Luzon earthquake caused significant damage here, underscoring lingering vulnerabilities. The combination of fault proximity and soft soils raises the risk of severe shaking and ground rupture. High-density neighborhoods, informal settlements, and major commercial areas face elevated structural risk. Ground rupture could divide communities, and transportation hubs, including MRT lines, are at risk. Residents should know evacuation routes to large open spaces, keep ready go bags, secure furniture, and take part in regular community drills. Practicing these steps ahead of time can reduce casualties and help critical services recover faster. Marikina lies directly over the West Valley Fault. Historical events, including the 1658 earthquake, show riverbanks can liquefy and swallow structures. Sandy gravels and soft deposits near the river create a 70 to 90% probability of liquefaction. The city's dense development, including factories, homes, and shops, means strong shaking could damage concrete buildings, bridges, and streets. Uneven settling and ground rupture could disrupt manufacturing districts and key roads. Evacuation routes toward high open areas, go bags, family communication plans, and structural inspections are essential to minimize risk. City number 4, Pasig. Pasig lies along the West Valley Fault, with soft river basin sediments that are prone to liquefaction. Historical earthquakes, including the earthquake of 1677, caused liquefaction and flooding, hazards that persist today. Older high-rise buildings along commercial centers like Shaw Boulevard are at risk of collapse. Ground subsidence along rivers could worsen flooding, and rupture along fault segments may shift streets. Residents must prepare evacuation routes, maintain go bags, secure appliances, and follow early warning advisories. Retrofitting buildings and participating in preparedness programs can save lives. City number 5, Taguig. Taguig sits near the southern West Valley Fault on reclaimed or filled land. Past earthquakes left cracks in bridges and buildings, highlighting long-standing seismic exposure. Liquefaction potential reaches 50 to 70% in areas like Bonifacio Global City. Tsunami modeling shows up to 2-meter waves could reach low-lying coastal zones. Dense residential and business districts face structural risk, uneven settling, and visible ground rupture along roads. Residents can mitigate risks with go bags, family meeting plans, securing furniture, evacuation awareness, and supporting local seismic audits. For community preparedness, know your evacuation routes, keep an emergency kit, and participate in local drills and structural assessments. Number 6. Muntinlupa. Muntinlupa occupies the southern end of the West Valley Fault, where soft lagoon clays amplify shaking. Historical earthquakes, such as in 1880, cause significant structural damage. Liquefaction reaches 80% in low-lying areas like Sucat, while tsunami risk is minimal. Dense residential zones and commercial districts are particularly vulnerable. Ground rupture could damage roads and homes, and subsidence may lead to localized flooding. Residents should know evacuation routes, keep essential supplies ready, secure homes, and participate in retrofitting programs to strengthen buildings. Number 7 is Cebu City. Cebu City sits along the central Cebu fault system, shaped by regional subduction. Past events, including the 2013 Bohol earthquake, caused tilting in parts of the port and damaged downtown buildings. Liquefaction risk is around 60% in filled areas like Mactan. Tsunamis originating at the Philippine Trench could reach up to 4 meters, threatening the harbor and nearby communities. Dense markets, shipping facilities, and heritage sites are at risk. Ground rupture could split neighborhoods, disrupting trade, tourism, and daily life. Residents should prepare by maintaining go bags, knowing evacuation routes, securing furniture, and following recommended structural retrofitting. Community drills and clear hazard maps improve preparedness and can reduce casualties and economic loss. Number 8. Davao City. Davao City lies near the Mati segment of the Philippine fault system and nearby offshore trenches. A historic event, the 1976 Moro Gulf earthquake, magnitude 8.0, produced devastating tsunamis. In 2025, a magnitude 7.4 earthquake caused strong shaking across the city. Volcanic soils amplify shaking, and liquefaction risk reaches 50% in some areas. During offshore events, waves could reach up to 5 meters along the Gulf. Markets, ports, and residential zones face high vulnerability. Evacuation requires knowledge of higher ground near the Mount Apo foothills. Residents should keep go bags, secure property and furniture, maintain family communication plans, and monitor early warning alerts. Number 9. Baguio City. Baguio sits in the Cordillera region near the Itagon and Digdig faults. The 1990 Luzon earthquake caused landslides that buried buildings and killed over 1,000 people. Steep slopes increase landslide risk, and limestone amplifies shaking. Subsidence in filled areas and ground rupture may block key roads, such as Kenan Road, affecting evacuation and emergency aid. While tsunami risk is negligible, landslides and structural damage remain critical. Residents should prepare go bags, identify evacuation points such as Camp John Hay, secure household items, and monitor seismic bulletins. Number 10. Dagupan City. Dagupan rests on deltaic sands, giving it an extremely high liquefaction risk, around 90%. During the 1990 Luzon quake, buildings and roads sank, and hundreds of people died. Tsunami modeling predicts waves up to 2.5 meters, threatening fish farms and coastal communities. Dense markets, ports, and aquaculture-dependent infrastructure increase vulnerability. Ground rupture and subsidence can make roads impassable. Preparedness measures include evacuation routes inland, go bags, family communication plans, and securing belongings. Early warning alerts and awareness of water behavior near rivers are crucial. Across these cities, one common message emerges. Urban expansion often intersects with active fault lines. Manila, Cebu, Davao, and other high-density hubs face overlapping hazards, earthquakes, liquefaction, landslides, and tsunamis. Rising sea levels and subsiding soils exacerbate risk, but hazard mapping, early warning tools, and building standards guide safer choices. This story is not about fear, it is about resilience. Communities that practice preparedness, maintain communication plans, and strengthen homes reduce disaster impacts significantly. Early warnings and reinforced structures can have casualties and economic losses. Ask yourself, are your homes ready? Do you know evacuation routes? Have you discussed a family meeting point? In a nation shaped by shifting plates, unity, awareness, and preparation are our strongest defenses. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe. We cover the latest updates on earthquakes, hazards, and tips to keep your family safe, because staying prepared is easier together.